3 deep in the couch after taking 20 minutes to set up audio.
Oh.
Well, this was
6:30. We're supposed to start at 4:30.
Yeah, here we are at 6:30. We are 2 hours behind, but that's
now?
okay. Taco Bell was really good.
Taco Bell's great. It was kind of mid.
My stomach's already been.
It was mid. You ate a whole 12-pack.
No, I did not.
If he ate a whole 12-pack, this side of the couch would be in the ground.
I would not be here right now.
Yeah, well, I mean,
It'll hit later.
bro's gonna be up until 3 in the morning. He's gonna come into work
You
tomorrow.
act like you didn't eat the same amount as me.
I did, but I got an iron gut.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I ate a 1 chip. It was a bad experience.
I almost watched you cry. You ate ice cream in the first 2 minutes. We should do that on here.
Yeah, we should all do that. I would do it again.
I'm not
as
doing
long
that.
as long as I was off of work, I would do it again.
Well, you can do it while you're at the TP.
Well, that's a good idea.
That is a
That'd
great idea.
be very bad though.
No, not for me.
It would be for me.
No, you'll be all right.
You guys watched the fight?
I did.
Did you watch the fight?
No, I did not. I do not know anything
Then
about
why'd you
UFC. I'm just asking. I'm making conversation. I don't know.
Yeah, I did watch the
anything
fight,
about
and I'm
UFC.
very disappointed.
Who won?
Not Sean.
Not the guy you wanted to
It
win?
was one-sided for sure.
Was it by
It was
knockout,
one-sided
or-
for 4 rounds. Sean won the last round.
Yeah, but I don't see where a judge gave Sean 2 rounds from.
Dana paid him a little extra.
He had to, because there's no way.
But I mean, Sean, he's not a wrestler. He's a stand-up fighter. He can't wrestle. That's his problem.
Yeah, but who wants Marab? No offense, but who wants that as a champion?
I hope there's a
Somebody who
fan on
just
here.
sits there and lays on the ground with somebody the whole fight. It's boring to watch.
I don't
never
like
been
his
able to
style.
get
He's
into
weird.
UFC.
Like, he was fighting Sean, and he had him up against the cage, and he started kissing him
He
on the
started
back.
kissing him on the back.
Kissing.
Yeah, kissing. Like, on the back. Like, pecking on his back.
And then he just randomly stood up, and Sean, started punching him.
That sounds like me
behind.
and you.
No.
He's trying to keep this as
Trying to keep it-
in line as
Nah.
possible. I figured I'd be the one to say it. I mean,
Yeah,
there's no
you-
beating around the
You're
bush
the
here.
out-of-pocket one. You're really the out-of-pocket one.
I'm not out of pocket. I'm in pocket. In your pocket.
Yo.
You're not.
I'm in his pocket.
And you're the only one here that has a wife and kids.
Exactly. That's why
And
I
you're
can
the most
be.
questionable.
That's why I can be out of pocket. No, you know it's hilarious. Somebody watched the pod the other day and said, "Hey, tell Logan to stop being sus."
Who?
I'll let you worry about
Tell me
that
who it
later.
was.
I'll let you worry about it later.
What about it later?
Yeah.
Where at?
Here.
Oh, well, I know who it was then if it was here.
No, it wasn't here. It wasn't nobody here.
What, he just
But
lied straight
moving
to my
on.
face.
I could never get into UFC. I don't know why.
Sir, it takes certain,
You gotta pick a fighter that you think you're gonna like watching. That's
Yeah.
how I learned to like the
See,
UFC.
I always
Connor-
like watching the highlights. Conor McGregor's
Conor
all right.
McGregor made me like UFC.
You know what? And he's a genuine person too. He's like a
Cap.
really good. Yeah, he's a really good
No,
person.
he really
Conor
is.
McGregor?
Yes,
He really
that
is.
arrogance that he carries in the UFC. He simply does
His
that.
pre-
for
he
He
his
went to jail for
character.
throwing a
Bro, he
chair through a
puts
bus
on
window.
he puts on a front for
So-
the camera. He's
so
really
did
not
Dane
like
Morgan
that
Wallen.
person.
Yeah, that's true.
When he's on proper 12 constantly.
I mean,
I will say, when he threw that chair through Khabib's bus, that was a little far.
Khabib. His name's Habib.
It's Khabib.
It's Habib.
No, it's not.
Here, I'll pull it up. Let's
yeah,
see. How
pull
do we
it
spell
up
his
now.
name
Fact
right here?
check that.
K-H-A
Okay.
something, something, something.
It's
Well, it'll be in the
Khabib. It's Khabib. Nurmagomedov.
You know, this is going to be a good debate to see who's right.
I know I'm right.
I feel
I've
like I'm
watched
right.
UFC since George St. Pierre.
Oh, calm down, buddy.
You know, the two people that I can only name in fighting is Conor McGregor and Mike Tyson. I don't know nobody else.
Yeah, you got to be able to name like John Cena.
But that's WWE.
We all know about Royce Gracie.
Royce.
Yeah.
Did you say John Cena?
Yeah, I said John
Yeah, that's
Cena.
WWE.
They're
I mean,
partners.
Anyway.
I mean, they're kind of
They're
whatever.
partners with the UFC.
What did y'all think about? Did you see Tua's injury?
Unfortunately, it
Tua
was
gotta
very
retire.
sad. He needs to hang it up.
He's got to.
And if he doesn't make a decision to hang it up, I think the league needs to step in and they need to force it.
It shouldn't be up to him at this point.
There's nothing they can do.
Obviously, he's not going to walk away that easy. I feel like he needs to put his family first at that point.
He needs to put himself first because the passion that he has.
That's his problem. He can't put himself first. This is like his 4th concussion in 2 years.
But he's made enough money to where he could retire.
Yeah,
now.
he could
He's
easily
fine.
retire.
He's set for life.
How much was his first contract? He's been in the NFL for what, 2 years?
No.
3 years?
He's been in the league for like 5 years.
Has it been 5 years?
Probably.
Yeah.
He's
That
longer
time
than Trevor.
has went like that.
Longer than Trevor.
Holy cow.
But, bro, whenever you get knocked out like that and your hands start, like, cramping up.
That's the second time that happened.
Throwing gang signs. That's when you know it's serious.
Yeah. I mean,
I've never seen somebody get knocked out that does that.
I feel bad for him because I like Tua. I think he's a great player.
He is.
I hate that had to happen, you know. But
and the Miami was just now starting to get back too. Like the past few years, they've been okay. I mean, they haven't been great.
They look better.
They look a lot better. They got Tyreek.
But I think they should trade for a quarterback like.
Yeah, I think Tua held that team. I love Tua, but his arm strength wasn't good enough to have Jalen Waddle and Tyreek on the same team.
Yeah, I agree. They should trade for Bryce Young.
They need somebody like Joe Milton there.
Bryce Young actually probably could work down there.
No, he wouldn't work. He doesn't.
Well,
have
they got a good offense though.
I'm telling you, they need Joe Milton.
Yeah,
and
Joe
I feel
Milton
like the
would
Patriots would move Joe.
Joe would be a good fit.
Joe can launch it 80 yards.
Hello, America.
Like a flick of the wrist.
Not that Joe.
Oh, sorry. I got to thinking. Sorry, I got to thinking on. You know, speaking of him, did you guys see Trump in the assassination attempt?
Yeah, at his golf course.
Round two.
Round two.
I don't really know. Like, I keep hearing it's an attempt, but I don't really know what happened.
Well, I seen a
Like,
picture.
I've heard about
He
it
was
all
at
day.
a golf course and
He was at Mar-a-Lago.
answer me this, okay?
All right, damn.
Riddle me this.
When he first got shot, apparently they couldn't see him on top of the roof, right? Until shots were fired, apparently. You know they found this dude at the golf course yesterday morning. All they saw was a muzzle sticking out of the bushes. How can you spot that minute detail?
Because they upped their services.
But yet, they didn't.
That's not the same.
The
people.
Secret Service literally went on an interview, and they specifically said the reason Trump doesn't have a bunch of protection is because he's not
he's not the
sitting president.
Which,
and that's stupid to me. Every president should be.
Didn't Trump end up hiring his own Secret
he
Service
hired
stuff?
private security.
Yeah, but any president is supposed to be protected for life after they get out of office.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I seen a picture where he was propped up against a fence, and there were some trees kind of around the area.
Trump or the shooter?
No, the shooter.
Why would Trump
But you
be
think
around bushes?
See him downrange.
No, I thought you meant leaning.
Fire! Nah, bro.
I thought you meant leaning against the fence.
Yeah, Trump.
I thought you meant he was just chilling, and that's where.
Bro,
they never shot.
The shooter was propped up against the fence. 4 times. He had the muzzle through the fence.
The shooter did shoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they said shots were fired.
Oh, yeah. I did read
You told me that yesterday.
Listen, I'm really tired. I haven't been sleeping much recently.
Nah, he's just all kerfuffled from the audio setup. He was over here throwing his hat.
Throwing his hat.
Bro, he was like you against the Panthers last week.
I've not been in a good mood. Stump knows. But we're not going to talk about
We've all been there.
We're not going to talk about
I'm going through the
Let's
same thing.
It's all right, buddy.
I'm just more used to it.
For you.
Nah, I mean, there's nothing to be here for me for. Stump just wants me to do something I know I shouldn't do. But moving on from that, we're not done. I'm going to put the podcast on your music.
Yeah. Link in the description.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to
You're
put it in
using
the
me for clout.
You? This is us, pal.
You're using us for clout?
I ain't using nobody for clout.
I posted videos, buddy. You're not.
But, going back to the Trump thing, it's honestly scary what this world is coming to.
Yeah, like we said in the first episode, it
regardless
doesn't matter who
who's
it is.
president,
I shiver my Timbs daily.
What hurts me the most is there's so much stuff going on in the world that us as a country needs to be worried about. But it seems to me like we're too involved in getting we're kind of at war with ourselves when we shouldn't be. We should be taking up for each other and standing up for each other.
For the past it seems 20 years, the world has been nothing but against each other.
Exactly, and that's
Everybody
not how it
has
should
been
be.
against each other. Nobody wants
Since
to work with
9/11.
each other anymore.
Since 9/11, the whole world has fallen
Literally
falling
not you,
apart
but me
each
and
year.
Stump's entire life.
Yeah. Bro,
I ain't that old.
I wish all these stories I heard about like the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I wish I was born in the 70s or 80s.
I wish I was born in like the start of the 60s. Like
a-
those times
We're
were
blazing that up every day, bro.
times were, real simple back then. Like think about it, how easy it was for everybody
Bro,
to
you
get
had
along.
your
Nobody
little
thought about
kids
anything.
walking to the playground by themselves and would spend all day not at home, and they had nothing to worry about. Now you gotta constantly watch your kids, even from your window outside.
You gotta constantly worry about everything. Like, it's hard to trust anybody now.
Dude, you don't even feel comfortable letting your kids play in the yard outside.
In all
anymore.
seriousness, I think social media is what's ruining the world.
Oh, it is
Yeah,
because
like
it's
sure.
shown the true side
What?
of people.
I don't think
and
it's
allowed
that.
those.
Well, I think
creepy
I
people
think
out.
it kind of shows people kind of a false reality.
It's drawn out all
Exactly.
those odd people.
Because social media is meant to show you, like, the highlights of people's life, and they think that's how
Yeah.
everybody's life is.
Mhm.
And, like, while it's a good thing, I mean, we're on a social media platform right now talking.
Yeah, but I don't agree with, like, because on social media now, you only show the good side of what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, life isn't all sunshines and rainbows, and the sooner people realize that, the better they'll be. Because no matter what, you're going to go through stuff in your life that you don't necessarily want to be going through, but that's just how life is.
Life is too hard.
It is hard. Why you look like you're about to cry?
I ain't about
He
to
got,
cry.
he got too deep, bro.
What is getting upset over here? You have that song burnt into my head.
It's been burnt into mine, pal.
That's a good song, though.
Yeah, it is a pretty good song.
That's
It's a
just
good
a
song.
song
It
you
has
can
to be
just-
good if you covered it. Johnny Cash.
Scratch that. The world needs to learn that everybody doesn't need to be against each other. Regardless of what your beliefs are and what your opinion is.
Exactly. I don't care what your political views are, whatever. We can disagree and still.
Like that goes, that goes back to like we've talked about previously. Whether it be Joe, Kamala, Trump, Nancy Pelosi, all those big names in politics. None of them deserve to die. None of them.
Over
Nobody
politics.
deserves to die over politics. Nobody. It's a stupid, senseless, careless thing that us as humans have turned into such a big issue amongst each other. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then, like, it just doesn't make any sense, really. It's just all failed, and politics have failed us, and everything has failed us in the world today.
I hate politics.
Well,
I'm ready for this election to be over. I'm tired of it.
I think it's supposed to be how the people dictate what happens, and I kind of feel like the past few years we've kind of slowly gone away from that. I feel like they're trying to turn us into like a communist country, and I don't like the way that's going. Because it kind of seems to me like the government's trying to take more and more control.
It seems like both parties are doing this right now. Like,
Yeah, I mean, both parties are trying to have nothing but pure control.
and
That's
like
what they both are.
they just want world power. That's what scares me, because if we go to war, everybody in the world is done. Because nobody's gonna win the next world war. Nobody wins a nuclear war.
Dude, the next world war is going to be a nuclear war, and it's just going to take everybody
because
out.
whatever country's losing is going to decide to fire a nuke. Because what do they have to lose
Yep.
if they're going to lose anyway?
No more Call of Duty games.
Bro,
We'll
and
be able to have one on this.
I don't care. Like, that's what I said. I don't like the way the world has gone now, because I feel like people, regardless of what you believe in, I feel like you need to put your faith in something while you still can.
Yeah.
Because the way the world's going, it's only a matter of time before something like that actually happens. And I guess you just need to be ready.
You can never be ready. Just
No,
like
you'll
how-
never
Well,
be
as
ready.
ready as you can be.
Just like how me and Logan wasn't ready to fail our business.
Yeah. That is
So
true.
yeah,
was tragic.
y'all talk about that. What businesses y'all have?
That was a nice little transition. I like that from you.
You're welcome.
You're getting better, bro.
W transition.
Well, me and Logan, we've always had a lot of ideas. We like to muster up things together. We like to cook together. We like to do a lot of stuff together.
Pause.
Why'd you start breathing?
Sorry, bro. I was getting into.
You look really nervous.
I was getting
today.
into character. Really nervous?
Yeah, you
I'm
look
pretty
like you're
chill.
Just,
I'm pretty.
You
cool.
look like you're just not here.
But I'm just thinking deeply.
Thinking deep.
Just me and Logan thought it'd be a great idea to start a logging and lawn care business.
I won't say logging.
Yeah, well,
like
partial logging.
Tree cutting.
How did that go?
Tree cutting service.
Well, I mean, we're sitting here
Our
now. It's like it's only.
Our first week was really well. Our first
More
week.
than the first week. The first 3-4 months.
Yeah. I mean, the first week though was like, it was like job after job after job. I don't know why or what or how, but
We should
everything.
low key start that back up, like the three.
When
of
do
us.
we have time to do that?
We can quit.
Quit what?
No, we'll save that for off the couch.
Well,
Off
I'm
the couch
telling
with the
you,
boys
No, that's
imagine
cutting
other.
grass.
That's other business ideas.
Yeah. See, we're already cooking. We're already trying to work here. But anyway, our first month was phenomenal. Me and Logan amongst each other, I think our first check between each other was about $700 each.
Yeah. No,
Like-
that was
like-
less than a month.
Like a 3-week period. $700 each.
I mean, we made majority of the money back from equipment and stuff fairly quick.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Like-
It was pretty good.
We didn't waste time, which was good, but
The biggest thing though we had issues with was that's such a big business that everybody thinks they can just easily start.
Yeah.
And I
It
mean,
sounds
there's
easy
so
on
many
paper.
people. Yeah, it does sound really easy on
but
paper.
it's hard to find people that need their grass cut that don't have a lawnmower, don't already have somebody
Yeah.
to do it.
And the thing that killed us was the money aspect of it. How we tried to beat the competition by going in cheap. And then a year down the road, gradually raise our price. Nothing crazy, just gradually raise it for our customers. Be like, hey, we've been doing this for so long. Cost of everything's gone up. We need to kind of adjust to that as well.
I think it was after that winter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was after the first winter.
It was after our first winter because that whole summer and spring, or that whole time period, we had 3 consistent people we were cutting grass for.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
yeah,
More than
I
that.
think
No, it was probably more than that.
it was 3. There was 3 or 4 people we were consistently cutting for, and then there was about a few other people we kind of go to here and there, or there was some other side jobs we'd pick up, cutting down trees, some brush, and
It was
all
really
kinds of
part time
stuff.
though because you were working
Third
full
shift.
time,
Yeah, I was
and I
on
had just
third.
started working where I'm at.
Yeah.
So it was like we were just doing it after I got off and you woke up.
You know how miserable I was waking up at because there were some jobs we had to be at 12 o'clock. I get off of work at 6, 7, 8 in the morning, go to bed, wake up at 11, get ready, and meet him wherever. We would meet here and drive together wherever. When Bertha was still running and operating, but
You
Oh,
know
I
who
know
Bertha is
who
now?
Bertha is now.
something
You're
Okay.
going to pop up a picture of Bertha.
He said it's something funny.
Why are you laughing?
No, we've all had that vehicle that we fall in love with, bro.
he still hasn't stopped laughing.
It's something funny though.
No, it's something funny. But anyway, moving on.
Hold on, whoa. What's funny?
Bro, don't make it awkward. Just go.
Now, what are you laughing at? Don't laugh at him.
Just shut up.
He's sad about that
Don't
truck.
no, you can laugh at me. Okay, anyway, moving on. So, we would go out, knock it out, and I would be so tired, but this man right here got me on one of the best energy drinks of the time of the
And you
decade.
still drink that.
And oh man, I reminisce every time.
That's cracking a can.
What energy drink?
Yes,
is it?
cracking a can.
Starts with a B.
Bang.
Yeah.
But that would get me going
Pause.
really good. And I'd feel cool, whatever. So and then we'd repeat. It was real fun. It was a
was
lot
fun.
of fun. Met some weird people.
Very.
Very
That
weird
was the
people.
worst part.
There was this one old feller. That was the most interesting, bizarre. You talk about somebody who's out of pocket. I know I'm out of pocket, but now this guy was like, you could
This
tell he
dude is
done
like-
drugs. 100%.
Well, yeah, he told us he did.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, yeah, boy, I was a hardcore on them things.
But
just
he's like
crazy.
messed up for life off of it. And you remember that one time we was cutting grass there, and
Oh, no.
I was in the front yard cutting, and his son, they had like a glass screen door, and his son opened the main door so you could see him through the glass, and he got butt naked and started playing with himself while I was cutting grass.
No way.
Bro, I was so uncomfortable.
Logan, I think
Matthew was in the back.
Yeah, I was on the back, and then I come around the side, if I remember correctly, and Logan's like Logan's just, he has this, dazed look. I could tell something was a little off. I could tell something was a little off.
Now.
Bro, traumatized for
I could
life.
tell something was off, and then next thing you know, you could hear the dad yelling or whatever, like, come on, get out of there, and shut the door or whatever, and, we carry
If this
on.
dude ever sees this, he's going to know we're talking about him.
Well,
we did a lot for that guy, though.
a lot.
We cleaned his yard, he would just always have trash. We went through and cleaned it one day. We moved a whole bunch of stuff from a storage unit to a building for him. That was the worst day of my life.
Yeah, and we did all
Did he
that.
pay
for a
good at
push
least?
mower.
We did all that for a push
Did he
mower.
pay?
For a
we
push
did it
mower.
for a push mower.
Bro, we were
But the
business.
Well, the push mower was brand new.
Yeah,
And
it
you
was.
still have it,
I
don't
still have it in the backyard. I use it to cut my grass. It's one of those self-propelling push mowers. You pull
it's
the
a
lever.
Husky Barney.
Yeah.
It's the old Husky Barney. Classic. It's really good.
I mean, I don't know. That from that day, we was never the same again. I'm not
Yeah,
even
it was
joking.
very awkward. It was very odd. They had another job they wanted to do that they wanted us
I
to
wish
do
we
for
would've got
them,
that one.
and it was to basically clear out their entire backyard of trees.
Do you know how long that would have took us?
Everything. They wanted everything. And we talked about it. Me and Logan was totally up to do it. It would have been a crap ton of work, but whatever. We got that work ethic like that. We're built different. So the issue with them was the price. When I mean cheap, they wanted to be cheap.
Yeah.
They offered us it wasn't an acre, of course, but how much?
No,
how much
but it was
land
probably
it?
like 25 trees.
Yeah.
And you're looking at like trees this big to this big around.
Yeah,
They
decent
vary.
sized trees. Whether it being kind of a medium size or a really tall tree, they offered us. Wasn't it like $300?
Yeah, $300 to cut.
Yeah, $300. So you got to think about that. Each tree, labor wise, probably okay. So for you to drop a tree, which that kind of area you could kind of just drop it anywhere in that general direction,
Yeah,
as long as they
I
onto
mean-
another tree.
There was nothing in the way of that job, so it would have been easy.
Yeah.
But still, per tree, you're looking at 500 at least.
And then
'Cause
think
that's to
about
cut down-
lugging everything too, like
Yeah,
carrying around
That's
everything.
cut down, cut up, and move. We didn't have to dispose of anything, which made it easy.
Yeah.
But we were gonna have to rent a machine.
Old skidder.
Yeah, a skid steer to push it because we can't just push the logs. Matthew's strong, but he's not that strong.
I push logs way too much already.
His face.
You know what I'm saying? But
All right.
I wasn't about to be
All
pushing
right,
those
buddy.
logs because I done got hemorrhoids 2.0.
All right, buddy.
All right, buddy. Dude, your responses to everything are perfect. You have two modes. There's all right, buddy, or there's bro.
You do it so well.
I don't even notice I'm doing it until I watch these back.
Yeah, no. Especially now, from this point on, you're gonna notice it forever. But
No, that's why I haven't been talking much.
that's one reason
Why
why.
are you nervous?
Huh?
No, he's
No,
listening.
I'm trying to
He's
sound
listening.
not as country.
Yeah, he's nah, bro. You're country.
Cause I be watching these back and I'm like, damn.
So, me and Logan decided to, not do that job. We tried to bump up the price, if I'm not mistaken.
Bro, we were being realistic, and we told him it's gonna be a few thousand. You're looking at
Yeah.
like
We-
$7,000-8,000 for that job, and we were gonna do it for a lot cheaper than that.
A lot cheaper is
Like,
is
a lot.
A lot cheaper. I
And-
wouldn't even say a lot cheaper is the best way to describe that. You go from $15,
15
$17, $7,500, whatever,
Yeah,
to 300 schmuckerduckers.
yeah.
Hell no.
I mean,
I ain't doing that. Mm-mm.
that's why I don't like doing that kind of stuff because it's hard to get people to be serious when it comes to it.
And you know what sucks too? You don't realize the people, like, whenever you work for somebody like that, you don't realize how much they appreciate taking advantage of you. Because when you try to up the price on them, and being reasonable, nothing crazy. Like one person we were cutting grass for, I think we started off at $50. 50 or
the one right over here.
Yeah, right.
$50
right down the road.
a yard.
It was like
$50,
and it was right there at an acre, I think.
It was less than an acre.
It was like 0.8.
Maybe a little over half an acre.
Yeah.
Which, $50, we got it done in 45 minutes.
Yeah, knocked
so
out.
That's $25 in an hour per person.
We tried to up the
pretty
price to, I think it was 85.
Yeah.
It was 85, and we, we texted him and everything, let him know, hey, and he said, no, I can't do that, and I think he upped it to 65.
Yeah, he didn't want to go up as much, and
we're like, dude, we're already doing.
What made it hard is
way cheap.
Is when your truck quit working.
Yeah. You had to bring it up again, didn't you?
Oh.
Yeah,
he had just got over it.
Bertha really shit in the bed. She did more than shit in the bed. She shit her own bed. But
twice.
That was sad. Just imagine.
Twice?
You have a 94 5-speed 7.3 liter turbo diesel Power Stroke, the Godzilla engine of all trucks.
Bro just had to break it down.
Bring up Godzilla.
Had to. And I get one that gets water in the engine, which she did overheat. We were on our way to the store one day, and she started running a little spicy. So
I was behind you that day.
I pulled over, whatever, cooled down. Awesome, cool, carried on. 2 weeks later, we were going on a trip to Florida. I already bought the hotel.
There's no way.
I bought the hotel.
You thought that truck was going to get all the way to Florida.
Listen, buddy, let me talk. All right. Bought the hotel. And I go out there to do kind of my normal, oil check. And I just see gunk.
Oh.
And I said, oh, hell. So I canceled the trip, And, yeah, I think if there wasn't a water leak, that truck would have made it down there easy. Those are international engines. Those engines are made.
Who wants to drive a straight drive for 8 hours?
A man. Dude, you know how much I enjoy manual?
I've never drove. I don't know how to drive one.
Oh, dude. Whenever Bertha's up and running, you driving.
I don't know how you don't know how to drive a manual.
Dude.
I've never... Bro, I didn't have a dad.
You have a grandpa.
Sorry, bud. I had to hit you there with that.
All of his trucks are automatic.
Doesn't he log?
Unless
He drives
his work
a skidder.
truck.
They have transmissions that shift, buddy.
His skidder's on his job site at all times. Why would it be at my house?
He can show you how to drive it.
I don't know. A
I
lot
can
of
drive
people
a
who work
skidder.
on those construction sites just be driving them
His
things home.
skidder's an
especially
automatic. His skidder's an automatic.
You get behind a dang tractor down here daily.
I was behind a tractor earlier.
Bro, I know how to drive a skidder, a cutter.
But you can't drive a straight drive?
I've never been taught. That's not my fault.
Dude, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. You'll get it.
No way, bro's over here blaming me for not having a dad to show me
Watch
stuff.
a YouTube video.
Look at him. He ain't got one either.
I don't got a dad either. And I know how to drive one.
That's because you had a grandpa that showed you.
I don't have
Leave Buddy
any.
alone. He can't help it.
None of my family members have a straight drive. All of them are automatic. I guess Aaron's dad could. He told me he'd teach me.
It's real clutch up.
But I just don't have. I don't have time.
It's fun. So, canceled the trip. Whatever. Moved on. We took Bertha apart. Me, this guy right next to me.
How bad did it hurt taking it apart?
And sorry. And then my father-in-law. We took it apart, and the engine looks very healthy. So it's got to be the heads.
Looked.
It still looks good.
She's a little rusty.
Well, yeah, but you know what all the country folks say? Oh, that'll burn right out of it.
Until it doesn't.
Yeah,
until it don't.
Until you put it back together, and it's the same issue.
But ended up buying new head gaskets for it because I figured that the head gaskets broke. That's usually what happens.
The head gaskets were definitely blown.
Yeah. So did that, put it back together. Was running great for a month or so, and then same thing happened. She started smoking up a lot, and water was still getting.
We were actually on the way back from Crazy Dude's house the second time.
Oh yeah. started just smoking up real bad. Logan was like, "Hey, Bertha's smoking real bad." And I was like, "Yeah, it's probably the same issue."
No. That's not what you said. You said, it's just condensation.
Well, that's what everybody, that's what a lot of people said. And,
It definitely wasn't condensation.
Like, they said, it takes time for the water and everything to get out of there, so I hoped for the best and, well, only got the worst, so what's new?
Well, speaking of trucks, how did y'all's food truck go?
That's a future idea for, other things that we want to do.
If we had a food truck, trust me, we'd still be doing it.
If we had a food truck...
No,
Bro, you're covered under a blanket right now, but we know what you're working with under their 2 paws.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know what I'm working with too, pal.
250.
But the food truck is definitely something that we are going to explore here in the next few years, when this blows up.
Obviously, the podcast is number 1 right now.
This is priority. This is a must-do every week ordeal. The food truck is just something that's sitting on the back burner that we'll eventually get around to, and it's a very good idea that could work very well because
I don't think
my chicken is
heavenly.
Good. My chicken
It's
is
pretty
so
good.
And this guy over here, he's never cooked for me. He claims he can cook.
I can't cook, but I'll eat.
Me and him had a cooking competition. I cooked a steak and he cooked a steak. Yeah, and we got
The judges was his wife and his brother.
Yeah, but still, there's still
you talking
people
about unfair.
Who have,
Did they know which was which?
No,
it don't matter.
No, they didn't.
They did though because mine was. See, I made a dry rub and you didn't. That's how they could tell the difference.
No,
she knew how you make yours.
I had a dry rub on mine. It's just I put it on there first.
Ow!
And then while it's cooking,
my whole
I
neck.
batter. I put special seasonings and stuff on my steak. I ain't gonna give any secrets out, but I think mine out of 10 was an 8, and I think Logan's was a 6 or a 7. I can't remember.
Hey, man,
but all I know is that mine was on top.
Like I said, I can't cook, but I'll eat. I'll taste.
We can tell.
Cooking.
What do you usually cook like on the daily? Like what? Like if you're going home, do you be throwing in them Hungry Man meals?
No.
He's got to eat 3 of
My
them.
grandma's like an old country woman.
Dude, I bet she makes some good breakfast. Like her biscuits.
I'm being dead serious. She's the best cook that I know. She cooks so good.
Hey, I'm gonna flame you up real quick though. You told me that my spaghetti was better than hers.
Oh, you're not supposed to say that. No, you gotta edit that out.
Does she watch this?
She watched the other one. You gotta edit that out.
That's not happening, buddy. This is all
I'm gonna
staying
get
in.
flamed when I get home.
I'm gonna post that as a clip.
This is all about just being true and honest and having fun. If your grandmammy, what's her nickname? You got a nickname for her?
I call her Nanny.
Nanny. Okay, I'll call her grandmammy. If she gets offended by it, just tell her that we'll have a cooking competition.
I'm anything else. She'd probably.
She made better chicken than him?
Are you sure about that?
But her fried chicken is the best chicken I've ever had.
But here's the difference. Mine was grilled, mine not fried.
Has she ever made grilled chicken for you? Was it better than Matthew's?
I don't know. She ain't grilled chicken in a while, so I can't really
It's
say.
not better.
I can't say. I don't know.
He's nervous. Grandmammy's gonna whoop him when he walks in the door.
Shut up, boy! Whoops!
I'm sorry. Oh, bring back my childhood.
Bro'd get spanked. Buddy!
Bro! All right, buddy.
Bro!
Okay.
All right, buddy.
I'm picturing it right now. It would be hilarious.
You know the last time I've had my ass whooped has been like... Well, I don't even remember. I never got my ass whooped.
That's what's wrong with you. That's why you're the way you are, buddy.
Logan didn't get beat a lot as a kid.
Bro, I'm like...
I'm normal.
I'm like the best person you'll ever meet.
You're a good
I
guy.
don't know about that.
Regardless...
You ain't normal.
Bro,
Logan, you were
You're
far.
not talking, bro.
You were far
I'm
from
looking
normal.
at your collection of Godzillas right now, and you're talking about
Look
Okay,
at...
cool.
No,
It's a hobby,
listen. Look at how my childhood plan, worked out, and look how I turned out.
I mean, you turned out to be an alright dude,
And alright, dude.
Alright's an understatement, bro.
I'm like the most stand-up guy you'll ever meet.
Well, you don't stand up very far, but...
Bro, you just have to bring it up every chance you get, don't you?
He does, dude. He does. That's alright. At least I'm
It's
a
okay. At
medium
least I don't
size.
have
I'm
to
a
turn
medium
sideways
size
going
kind
through a
of guy.
door.
What?
I'm a medium sized kind of guy.
What do you mean by that?
You gotta throw that in there. I just flamed him.
What'd you say?
Y'all didn't even notice.
What'd you say?
You were talking pretty quiet. What did you say?
No, I'm not gonna repeat it.
All right. We'll look back at the.
I said at least I ain't gotta turn sideways walk through a door.
Oh damn. Nah, bro.
There's no
Logan
short
be
joke
hitting
I can
reverse.
make
You
for
hear?
He flatlined.
There's no short joke in that situation. So there's no comeback for me.
Okay, but you're making fun of something I can't help.
Well,
I can't change my height, bro. I've tried to get you in the gym. There's a difference.
you need it too, buddy.
I'm trying at least.
All right, we can't be losing weight. It's called the Full Couch Podcast for a reason. We can't lose
Now, what are we
weight.
gonna do if in like a few months, me and Logan have like a 6-pack? It ain't gonna be
All
a
right,
full
bro.
couch.
We ain't about to be pulling a Nick Avocado.
It ain't gonna be a full couch no more. It's gonna be the slimmer couch.
The slimmer couch. That's a new episode idea. Boom.
Bro, I'm telling you, whenever Aaron's on here, this couch is done for.
It's
Bro, we
done
done
for.
had a
No,
conversation.
Aaron can sit in the recliner.
We done had a conversation on if he's on here, dude.
I don't know if that recliner will take it though.
It already squeaks when I rock in it.
Anyway,
dude.
let's get back on the way here. Can y'all explain to me what FTX game is? Because I have no idea.
You don't know what FTX is?
You invested in any stocks or anything? You ever
No.
invested
Crypto,
in
anything?
anything? Nothing?
So, FTX was super popular. Trevor Lawrence used to be sponsored by FTX when he was a rookie in the NFL. And it became super popular.
Oh, not the hip, not the hip.
Sweet puppy.
Hey, man.
It became really popular, because it was to invest in cryptocurrency mainly. And Dogecoin is what blew it up. I'm sure you know what Dogecoin is.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does. But Dogecoin blew the app up. And apparently the founder of the app was taking all the money people were spending on it.
Bro, she's going crazy. Anyway, what? Dogecoin what? Hello?
Hello.
I just knocked nobody home.
I'll come back. Damn.
So basically, the founder of FTX, he was taking people's money or something along the lines of that and donating it to political parties.
So pretty much like CryptoZoo.
Kind of in a way, but he was making a lot of money. He was going on super expensive trips. He was living in a really expensive house, all within a span of like 6 months. So everything that people was putting in on his app, he was taking that money and using it as his own.
Yeah.
On another topic,
Including mine.
do you think?
Yeah.
Do you honestly think Logan Paul meant to do the CryptoZoo
Yes.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think he did.
You're a Logan Paul fan, though. That's
No,
different.
it's not even that. It's just he did. It's not like he made people invest in it. They done that themselves.
Yeah, but it's called.
And
a
he never. Yeah, but when you're investing, that's the whole point of the word invest is you don't know how it's going to turn out.
I
What?
said pump and dump.
That's what it's called.
But what I'm saying is, like when you invest in stocks, that's at your own risk. You don't know if it's going to do good or not.
I agree with you, but I think he did dirty because did he not?
But
Once it got to a peak, he started selling all of his.
Yeah, but he said that he's working on getting everybody's money back.
He's been working on that for the past year
But
and a
it's
half.
going through legal things right now. He can't really he can't do anything.
I don't know.
to
I
it.
just don't really believe it when he talks sometimes. Like,
So what happened? Because I'm
Chill.
not that educated on what actually happened. I just heard a little bit about it when it first happened. But
you probably know more about it than me.
was he was advertising this thing
It
to get
kind
people
of
to
got.
invest in, and when he did his advertisements, a lot of people invested, and did he pull out money?
No,
When it was at
listen.
its top,
The people that were involved. It wasn't Logan specifically. It was the people that was inside his company. That they got caught for money laundering or something, and they were basically taking money from the company, and that's how it all started. And Logan had to fire, I think, 2 or 3 people. Because the money that were getting invested, they were stealing the money from those people. And that's why I don't think it was Logan's fault. He didn't know that those people were going to do that. And he kind of dealt with it the best way he could because he instantly fired them and they I think they have a bunch of lawsuits on them still to this day.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we're not looking at it from, like, his point of view and what Logan's point of view has been. Maybe it's just because we're haters.
I don't.
Because I'm going to be straight up. I do not like Logan Paul.
I don't like
I'm
him
not
for
the
the
biggest-
decision he makes, but like I don't hate him.
I'm not the biggest fan of him either. I'm just looking at it from a different perspective.
I'm looking at it as a perspective of I just don't think he's genuine. I think he's just fake.
Well, everybody makes mistakes, and I kind of agree. Everybody
he made
deserves.
a lot of them though.
Yeah, but
We
he's
probably
Do we
fixing.
want to talk about Japan?
Okay,
we don't.
but
Let's
he's-
move on from that.
He's done got past that though. You can't keep bringing back people's past. That's what I don't understand.
Facts. I agree with you.
True. Very
And
true.
second of all, he's fixing to have a kid, and he's trying to get back on the right path. I think people just need to.
I don't know.
People
maybe
need to let
give him one more chance.
give him. They need to learn to forgive, if that makes sense. Everybody.
I mean, there's a decent amount of time where I was watching his podcast.
Oh, I
thought
love
it was pretty
Impulsive. I
good.
watch Impulsive like every day, and that's what I kind of want this podcast to be like.
That's whenever I started to, kind of find a side of where I was like, all right, he's pretty cool, whatever.
I just feel like he's misinterpreted, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see that, like, in a way.
Because the whole George, I don't know if you know about the whole George Janko thing. Like, I felt that was kind of blown out of proportion, too, because, George made that video saying that he was making fun of him for believing in God, this, that, and the other, and him wanting to leave the podcast, and he wasn't making enough money, this, that, and the other, but Logan showed the receipts, and that's not at all what happened. Like, George, on one podcast, is making more than we do in probably 5 months.
Yeah.
I think he made $23,000, an episode.
That's crazy.
And I think Logan calculated, that's like over, just the podcast alone, he was making like $1 million. And that's not counting, his YouTube channel he does and everything else. And
Speaking of $1 million, you think that's a lot of money?
okay, we were talking about this the other day.
much
Answer how you
money?
answered it the first time.
How much money do you think that is?
No, listen,
Like-
I said it is a lot of money if just looking
That's
at
not what you said the first
Listen, I'm explaining.
He's talking.
You got to look at it the fact how long, where we're currently sitting, how long would it take us to make $1 million?
time.
It would take a while.
It would take a while, but
If you instantly got deposited $1 million in the bank, and you never, I'm not saying stop working. You can work still. You'll comfortably be able to live the rest of your life. Is what I'm saying.
see, the first time I asked you that question, though, you said you could retire off $1 million. You're 21
That's not
years
what
old.
I said. I said it was a lot of money and you could live comfortably for the rest of your life. But you'd have to continue working. You can't stop working and live off $1 million the rest of your life. No.
I honestly, I don't think $1 million in today's age is very much.
In today's
50
money,
years
it's
ago?
nothing.
But if
50
you
years
keep
ago, it
working
was a
though,
lot. Yeah, of
and
course.
keep
if you
investing
working,
that money, you can build off of that.
Yeah, I agree with you.
My idea behind it, like if I was to just somehow magically have $1 million, I'd find something very good that is a good, consistent company. I'd invest in that company, whether it be buy my own store, have my own employees that are a part of that business.
I'd start a business for sure.
And I just invest in that and see what kind of money it builds up, and then the remaining amount of money I'd just save.
I would invest into this whole
yeah.
thing, and then I'd invest into real estate. I don't think I'm going to invest in any businesses when real estate's right there on the table.
Yeah.
Well, don't you have to have a degree for real estate?
No, not to invest, not to buy a house. You don't need a degree.
Real estate is a very, very good.
I mean, it's hard at the
Business
same
to
time
get in.
though, because if I bought a house today and tomorrow the market crashes, I'm losing whatever percentage it crashes by.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hardest part. That's
If
I
you were
don't-
to invest in real estate right now, you were making a very bad decision.
not necessarily.
You should have invested in real estate 6 or
2008?
7 years ago.
Yeah, when I was in high
Bro,
school.
Yeah.
I was a
in
freshman in high
2020
school.
when
Yeah.
COVID first hit, the Amazon stocks were through the roof.
Yeah,
And I wish I was smart enough to invest in Amazon.
a lot of the online website stocks were through the roof because that's how everybody was living. Like everything that was coming in was online, and I don't know. Investing is tricky. It's a tricky game because
because you don't know how it's gonna go.
well, you could put $1,000 into something today, and tomorrow it's worth 2 cents.
Well, that's like sports gambling. Like
That's a little different.
it's really not because you bet on you bet on somebody to do good. Let's say the week before, because I bet on Derrick Henry to get over 13 fantasy points, and I don't think dude even got 5 this week.
He had, at halftime, I know he had 2 carries.
It kind of corresponds with each other because you're taking a risk either way, like sports gambling or investing, because you don't know how anything's gonna go.
You ever think you'd be interested in investing into real estate?
Yeah.
You think you'd be interested in like flipping houses?
Yeah.
And doing stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I watch House Flipper on TV all the time.
Good. Those shows are pretty cool.
They are.
I like to see what they do.
The
to
Flipper
place.
Upper. You ever seen that?
I haven't seen that one.
On HGTV?
Yeah.
My grandpa used to watch it all the time.
I like watching.
You ever seen that show, Pimp My Ride?
Pimp My Ride?
You seen that show, Pimp My Ride?
Yeah.
How old is that show?
It's old.
It's old.
That show was so bizarre. It was so bad.
I don't even know who was on it.
It was just random people. They would just dupe up these weird, ugly cars and just it's just awful.
Well,
but
dream big, set goals.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, that's
kind of goals.
Well, is it bad? Do you think it's bad to set big goals for yourself?
No, I think that's the best thing you can do, but set smaller ones as increments to make it to your bigger goal. Like I told you that I don't think it's unrealistic for me to think I'll be a millionaire by the age I'm 30. By the time I'm 30. I don't think that's unrealistic to think.
Well, I think anything you set your mind to, you can accomplish for sure.
The way I've always looked at it, like, for instance, I use my career as an example. What I do I've started from the very bottom, and I'm right there, at the top. I've always set tiny goals for myself that I know that's very possible for me to achieve during a certain time period. And once I achieve that goal, I set a little bit of a bigger goal. Once I achieve that goal, I set another goal that's a little bit bigger. And I feel like the better you get at achieving smaller goals and moving forward to bigger goals, the easier it comes each bigger goal.
Well, I don't agree with the fact of, yes, you obviously need to set big goals for yourself. But I don't believe in setting, like, unrealistic goals for yourself.
I don't think saying, like, just for example, what I said, being a millionaire by the time I'm 30.
No, that's not unrealistic. Unrealistic as in, like...
I don't think there's an unrealistic goal.
That obviously...
Every
think
goal,
there is.
I think everything's achievable if you figure it out, right? You just have to... That's like saying Elon Musk had a goal to make Tesla.
Oh, there's a possibility for anything.
Like, there's... Nobody ever thought...
At the beginning of a goal, there's only one person who's going to determine that goal come true, and that's you.
Yeah, I agree. But on the other hand, if you keep failing at these... And that kind of goes back to, it falling on you. But if you keep setting those goals that you don't keep reaching, I feel like it's going to... As a person, it's going to make you defeated.
But that's why you got to set goals in increments, not in...
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it needs to be...
You shouldn't just wake up tomorrow and be like...
It needs to be consistent.
Yeah, but you shouldn't... Yeah, exactly. You got to set it in steps. You don't need to just wake up tomorrow and
I need to get to this step before I can get to this step.
Right,
exactly.
Keep climbing.
And then through that next step, you have to realize that, okay, it's going to be a certain amount of period.
It's kind of like you, like working in retail.
Yes,
exactly. You start out as a bagger, and you're like, I want to be a cashier. Mm-hmm. I want to be a bookkeeper, and you just keep building up yourself. And
I just kept pushing myself to do harder things and more challenging things, and try my very best. And that's the way I see things in a goal standpoint. If you try your very best and you're a determined person, there's the only thing that will happen is what you want to happen.
The only thing that's stopping you is yourself.
Yeah.
And, like, I look at this the same way. Like, this was a goal for me to start a podcast. You know, I didn't know who it was going to be with. I assumed Matthew would be part of it. And then I met you. So we all decided, let's start it. So that goal is now achieved.
Mm-hmm.
Now my next goal is to grow this channel, you know, in increments. 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, you know, and then work up from there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just be like, oh, well, by the end of this year, I expect this channel to have 1 million subscribers. If not, I'm just going to give up. Because that's unrealistic.
That's
an
what I mean
unrealistic
about
goal.
setting unrealistic goals. Like
Yeah.
you need to have a little goal before you can have a big goal. In my
But like a
opinion.
realistic goal is say, 1,000 subscribers by December.
Yeah.
That's realistic, you know? Like, you just got to...
Well, things can happen in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Like some people look at the freaking Haley Welch girl. She literally got famous overnight.
What for?
Hawk Tua spit on that thing. No, she said one line and become a millionaire instantly.
Well, and that's good for her, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't like
people
seeing
hate
people
on
hate
her,
on
but like, bro, she's out here slaying the game. Like, you know, yes, she got famous off of one thing, but bro, she took that shit and ran with it.
Yeah.
Well,
And
She's
that's
now
what
got
you
her
got
own-
to do.
She's got her own podcast now.
she works with Jake Paul's
Works
team.
with Better Media. She's fixing to start her own reality TV show. Bro, that's how everybody should
She
be.
went from being a factory worker to massive overnight.
That's how everybody
she was
should
literally
be.
us.
And I don't agree with people hating on, like, other people hating on people that get famous like that.
Like, yeah, I get tired of seeing the clip over and over, but I don't get tired of seeing her be successful.
Yeah, but
I don't like people that hate on other
she
people.
She didn't know that was gonna happen.
Like,
it
that's
just happened.
Bro, what are the odds that we could get her on the podcast? Just think about it.
Probably
She was
low
just.
now.
Well, think about it. Think. All right, literally a month and a half ago, right? Well, I mean, I guess it's.
I mean,
gonna be
she's just
some-
like
been 3
us,
months
really.
now.
She just blew up.
And she's just like us. Like, she
Just blew up.
I mean,
I mean,
there's a possibility.
we can reach out to her team. I don't
There-
see why not. Or we can get on Talk to her podcast. Maybe she'll let us on there.
I wonder where she's filming it, though. Probably Nashville.
I think it's Nashville.
Because she's pretty far from here. She's like 7 hours from here.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
But, bro, I honestly, like, props to her, though. Like, she literally, like, it's one thing to, you know, get famous like that off of one thing and then just fall off. But, bro, she literally took that and turned it into everything she's ever wanted. And
It'd be very interesting, too, to see, you know, like how we're talking about goals, like what kind of goals that, you know, she could have possibly had before all that happened. You know, like.
I think she's talked about it a little bit, and she said she never had, like, really big goals set for herself. And, I mean, she
Like,
honestly...
think about it. You go to bed one night thinking about the things that you want to achieve, and you're going, you know, you're going to try to achieve, and the next morning you wake up.
And you're the most popular
you're-
girl
you're-
on social media.
you're,
all over
the
the
clip
world.
of you is just going completely viral.
Yeah. All over the world.
I bet you she still gets money off of that clip.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I'm sure, yeah.
100%. She gets
Well,
money
she made
off
her
the
own clothing
name.
line
She,
off
yep,
of it.
she
She
gets
has
money off the
trademarked the
name.
name.
She does social media stuff now, too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's making money in all kinds
but
of
she
ways.
trademarked that phrase. That's now owned by her.
What?
I'm not saying it.
Come on.
Nah. You
Come
say
on.
it.
We asked you first,
No, you got to hit us with it one time.
please.
Now I'm on the spot. I can't
Please.
do stuff on the spot.
Please.
What would you do for $1 million?
Yo!
Shout
Is
out
a
to
million
Joe.
a lot of money?
This is the story that we should save for off the couch.
Yeah, I'm not explaining
And
that
like
on
what
the
you said
podcast.
today, you know,
Just
at
don't
work.
sound like he wanted
Nah,
to get off the couch.
They took what I said out of context.
Today?
Yes. No, I just said that wrong.
This is some off the couch.
Yeah, this is bloopers.
The full couch after dark kind of.
Logan,
The goals
what-
that
what are
we've
some-
each had for ourselves, what would you say is a goal that you have recently set for yourself?
Growing this channel. That is like my main.
This
goal
is
right
my
now.
main priority right now. Like,
Like,
anything to do with this, I'm 100% down.
Yeah.
and I don't know, sleeping more. That's big to me right
Dude,
now.
I've always
I
one goal I've set and I've just put it on the back burner.
Sleep.
I've wanted so badly to get in bed at 8:00
yeah,
and
that's,
and start waking up on my days off at like 6 or 7. Like
Dude,
a
I do
decently
that-
reasonable time, but nah.
I do that
Ain't
now though. Like
happening.
when I'm off, I'll go to sleep at 1, 2 in the morning, and I'll be up at 7:38 every day.
I try to.
cannot sleep
Bro,
in.
I have friends that like work third shift, and they talk about, they brag about. Well, they don't brag, but they like talk. They talk down on me for working first shift, saying I have like a grandma sleep schedule, this, that, and the other. But when you work first shift, everything is so much easier.
Everything.
I can't. I worked third shift for like 2 years before I started working where I'm at now. But sleeping like all day and sleeping the day away is just so depressing.
Oh, it's frustrating.
While my
Tell me all about it, pal.
my grandparents are up and doing whatever with other family members. Like one time they went to Pigeon Forge for the weekend and I couldn't go because I had to work third shift that night.
I was
And
on third shift for 5 years.
You missed out on so much family time on third shift.
In that whole 5 years that I was on third shift, I was miserable every
Well, it's depressing.
single year. I'd wake up just ill. Always. I'd always be ill. It doesn't matter what day it was, how much sleep I got. I was always ill.
Well,
And then the biggest thing that really sucked would be...
Now just leave it. Don't mess with it. Did you see my mouth, bro?
Yeah.
I said,
I'm going to leave that in.
nah, leave it in. Leave it in.
Thank God we just saved the audio.
I know. I wouldn't have been really
Big
upset.
ass here about just knocked
I'm gonna
it
be
over.
honest. When
I got really-
terrified about knocking
I got
it
really
over.
big feet, bro.
But yeah, I was miserable, and I would say that it took me 3 years. By the third year, whenever I was on third shift, that's when I finally started to kind of get adjusted to it.
Yeah.
That's
It
crazy.
took me that long.
You can never get adjusted to a third
Oh
shift
no,
schedule.
See,
no, not
Never.
fully. No.
I've worked off shifts, but I've never worked third. I don't think I could do it.
And let me tell you, you kind of already know this, but I was already like going through like a big depression phase because, well, I'm not going to explain why, but you
Off the
know,
couch.
yeah. But working third shift made that situation, and I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of still going through it. But I don't
It's
make
hard
it,
to cope and deal with things.
I
when
don't make it
you're-
as noticeable now because,
when
I
your
kinda-
whole mood and everything
it makes it
rotates
so much
on
worse.
how you sleep
Yes.
and how you,
I think
even
that kind of
waking
stuff, though-
up and I was always depressed because
Well, you-
the girl I wanted didn't want me and it never worked out. But anyway, going through stuff like that, I don't think there's a worse feeling than wanting somebody and it never working. No, listen. Wanting somebody that and it will never work, that's like the worst feeling ever. And I
Yeah.
don't think none of y'all have actually been through that. But when you go through that, it crushes you. And you having to wake up on third shift and still going through that, and you go outside and it's just all depressing, pitch dark outside, and
Yeah.
you don't see the
Go to
sun
sleep
at all.
in the dark, wake up in the dark.
The only time you see
it's
the sun
so
is when you're
depressing.
bitching at it.
you,
The shit's in my eye!
it made the situation for me 10 times worse.
I used to put trash bags over my windows. I had blacked out trash
Oh,
bags.
I got a trash bag in my window to block it out.
Yeah, well, damn.
Still?
Yeah. Cause
No wonder why you be sleeping in.
No wonder you fall asleep at 5
no,
o'clock
the
in the
way
day.
the way the sun shines through my bedroom, it reflects off the TV, my monitor, and I'm just over here getting completely. I can't even see my TV, and it makes my room completely blacked out.
Back to what you were saying about finding the right girl or whatever you was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew got so lucky.
Bro, he did.
He found
And
his
I'm not
soulmate.
gonna say it pisses me off, but he kind
it
of
does,
me
bro.
off
He found his
Like,
soulmate in high school.
in high school.
That's so
It
But,
wasn't
see,
even
that's the
high
thing.
school, dude. I was
Whoa.
her first kiss in elementary school.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, though. Do you ever just feel and I know Logan don't necessarily agree with this, but I honestly, in my heart, feel because we still talk to this day, we're, really, really close. And I honestly believe in the right person, wrong time. Because I feel like there's a time and place for everything.
I used to believe in that, but
Well, you gotta think, though, there's people that, they stopped dating in high school and found their way back to each other, and they've been married for 30 plus years.
yeah, I mean it happens. I'm not
Because
saying it can't happen.
deep in my heart, I honestly feel like she's the one I'm supposed to be with. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't have that feeling about anybody.
Cap. Cap.
He just
Matthew
confessed
Devastator.
to
Leave that in there. Leave that in there.
You just.
Huh?
All right.
I just what?
No, not
What'd
you,
I do?
buddy.
Nothing, Logan.
You made him heartbroken.
But
I've been dealing with too many heartbroken people recently.
you know,
He's had a lot of that this
life
week.
is good. Life is good. You know, speaking of like
Oh, I
No.
don't know if I should have said all that. Oh,
being,
That's getting clipped.
what's getting,
no, just
Thank you
leave
for
it
the
in there. I
clip,
don't
Farmer.
care.
but it's insane because like one question I get asked, you know, from a lot of people, you know, they know I'm married, have 3 kids. They're like, how? And like, you know, and I'm like, you know, just if you don't go out searching for it, and if you don't go out and you force anything, it eventually finds you.
See, that's
it
where I
takes
am
time.
right now.
It takes time.
That's what I'm saying. I don't believe in searching for it. I feel like
And-
it finds you on its own. And that's honestly what's happened to me. Like, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Like, she was out of my life for like 4 years, and just out of nowhere, she appears just out of nowhere. And we've talked every day since.
I mean,
The
I don't know.
signs
Your
might be
situation
there.
a little different, dude.
Yeah, our
Like,
situations aren't really the
You and
same.
that girl are like dating, but not at the same time.
Facts.
Like,
And that's literally the worst position to be in.
you guys argue like a couple.
No, we don't really argue. much
There was that
anymore.
one time you weren't really happy. Not long ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. what
You were
you're
pretty
talking
upset.
about. Yeah.
I'm sure you
Bro,
cried
but
over
that's
that.
the thing, like...
You know,
you-
this podcast ain't about bad times and reminiscing on bad times.
I wouldn't say it's
No,
bad times. I would say it's like a
it's-
life experience.
Yeah.
Well, if
But-
y'all didn't know I had
Whoa.
kids, y'all know now.
But, see, the thing is...
I think they
Like,
do.
do you ever... I don't know, you probably haven't, but I don't know about you. Like, do you ever, like, are close... I don't know how to explain it. Like, have you ever been close to someone that, like, the mood, like, the way they're treating you that day, like, reflects your mood?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're close...
Oh!
That was the most late-ass response. He
hit
took-
my weenus.
He took a whole light year to respond.
That hurt.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, dude.
Where'd I hit you?
Right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Rub it for him.
Kiss it.
No.
But
I'm not
anyway,
gonna kiss it. You're
like-
a grown man.
You ever just get close enough to a person that, like, the way her mood, like, reflects how you feel that day?
Yeah.
His does it to me all the time.
Bro, what is wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me.
I'm honestly like, are y'all actually a couple? Like, sometimes I honestly
Somebody asked
wonder.
me-
Absolutely.
Even,
Not.
even your wife early was talking about she sometimes get jealous of y'all two, and that's crazy.
Me and
People don't
Logan
understand our
don't
friendship.
comprehend. Me and him are on the same level. The other night we were talking about it. You know how many times me and him has said, done the exact
Done what?
same. Don't worry about that. The exact same thing in the matter
We-
of seconds with
We was
each other.
texting each other.
Me and Aaron are the same way.
He was at
And
work.
what's crazy, me and Logan had started to do
Yeah,
that
the
same
other day.
exact shit recently.
It's just like when you're around somebody so much and you talk to them, you
Oh
guys
hell no!
Oh, we got another jealous one on our hands, boys.
What y'all been doing at work?
working.
Bro, look at this. Look
What
this
are y'all
light has
working?
done to
Want to
my
ask my
finger.
boss?
What are y'all working? What
worry about
parts are you working?
The round ones with the holes in the middle.
Hey, no, about a pecker.
You know, our job's kind of crazy. We put.
Bro, I have my boss, my team lead and supervisor just be doing the weirdest stuff. Like, my manager came up and grabbed my team lead's titty today.
No, supervisor.
Our supervisor just randomly came up and grabbed his
He
titty.
walked up behind
Bro's
him and just hit
doxing
him
his
with
place of employment right now.
I mean, they're gonna see this because I'm gonna send them a link to this.
Yeah. But
Oh,
it's
we
like
told him we was
that
sending
type
links.
of, they're like, I don't think people understand, like,
Boys will be boys.
boys will be boys. Like,
They
people
have the
that-
same
they
friendship.
don't understand how, like, our friendships are.
I don't
Like,
know
we
how
will
old they
act
are.
gay around each other, but be the straightest person
Yeah, exactly.
ever. That's exactly how I am.
Like
Pause.
that clip you put in the.
Like, Like, around my boys, like, we act gay sometimes. All boys act gay.
Who's we? I don't speak French, buddy.
Bro, I don't be touching your ass. Not yet.
Not yet. You're not comfortable with them yet.
Why are you staring into me like that?
Who? Which one? Me or him?
You.
Oh, sorry.
It's like he's waiting on his
I don't
moment.
know, dude. I just got a good poker face. You know?
But, yeah,
do.
like,
I know
most
when to
guy
get
friends,
serious.
like, they act gay around each other just to be funny, but, like, there's nothing to it.
This
And I'm
is a
not going to
very-
lie, bro.
People are going to make this a touchy subject if the wrong people get a hold of this clip.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
it
just
is.
immature-ass people. But I
Facts.
legit...
This is staying in, bro.
I legit had an ex.
You all just got flamed.
Anyway, I had an ex. She was literally jealous of me and Aaron's friendship because I spent more time with him than I did her.
I've
And I'm
never
like,
had-
first of all, I've known him since I was like 12. I've known
See,
Aaron
now I'm
for
starting
like
to question
13,
Matthew.
14 years.
Question Matthew.
What?
Because if, like, I'm spending too much time with other people, Matthew gets jealous. He'll start texting me a lot, blowing my
Cap.
phone up.
That's a lie.
That is not a lie.
Is it really?
Yes.
No. Okay,
He'll
so
blow
here's
my
this thing. You
I'll
want to talk
text him and
about?
be like, yo, I'll be home in a little bit. No, I
No,
never text
a
back.
little bit for Logan means he's not showing up. I'm telling you right now, his location will say Clemson. I know he's not coming home.
Oh, he ain't coming.
I'm
If
not-
he's
and
in
then if
Clemson,
he texts
ain't
me,
coming.
I'll be home in an hour. I know it's not happening.
Well, it's like 2
He'll
hours.
get home. You know what's funny? He'll get home, and I'll text him or call him, and he'll answer. What? And he's
Nah,
already in bed.
He'll be sitting at the computer waiting on you to get on. Hello, darkness, my old Just looking at your
Nah,
He'll tell
location,
me.
still in
He will
Clemson.
tell
I
me.
feel bad sometimes because, like, we'll be out doing something, and I'm like, oh, this should only take this long. So I'll tell Matthew, I'll hop on the game when I get home.
Lies.
And then, like, we end up doing other stuff. You can ask the people I hang out with. We're the most spontaneous
Why are you
crowd of
hanging
people.
out with them and not me?
See, that's what. Nah, I know he's joking, but see, there's honestly people like that. And my ex,
He's not joking.
Do I look like I'm joking?
Anyway, my ex was literally she stopped talking to me just because I hung out with Aaron more than her.
Next time you go to Clemson,
I'm like, bro, I've known him for 13 years and I've known you not even a month yet.
I'll probably be there tomorrow.
I have a lot of like immature friends that I'm not gonna say their names, but
you know who you are.
Oh, we know.
like I don't know
Well,
how like I don't ever say nothing to them about it because they don't take criticism the right way just because of how immature they are. Like just the other day, we were talking about something, and they took it as if I was like trying to argue, but I was like just kind of getting my point out there. I don't remember. I can't think of the actual situation that we were talking about.
I don't think I have immature friends anymore. I think I've pretty much got rid of all of them. There's times where, like, everybody's immature. And, that's
Yeah,
Everybody
but
has
you
that
gotta-
side, but
you
there's a
gotta
certain
know,
when
line.
you're
you gotta
around
know
the
when to
right
cut
crowd,
that. You gotta
you
know
know?
when to cut that switch off.
like,
Like, how can at your age, how can you not read a room and know when you need to be serious about something and
Exactly.
when not to be?
like, that's something I don't like is, like, grown people acting like they're 5 years old.
Yeah,
that
I can't
really drives me
stand it,
crazy.
bro. And I think a part of it is because of how I grew up as a child.
Yeah.
Like, it made me grow up a lot faster than what I wanted to. Because I was literally, going off topic a little bit, but I was literally babysitting my little sister when I was like 5 and she was still a newborn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's
5
crazy.
years old. Wow.
I don't know. I don't
My-
have many friends like I used to, I don't got a big crowd.
Bro,
of
and
people
that's
around me.
another thing. Like, what?
I'm
All
the only
these
one
high
you
school friendships were like the greatest thing for like 3 years. And then, what happened?
need. People ain't friends.
One of my
I
friends,
heard a quote one time, and it says, after high school, you truly find out who your real friends are.
I think
And that
it's
is
longer
the
than that.
realest statement I've ever heard.
I think it's longer than that.
Oh, hell.
I don't think they can figure it out.
Okay.
But going back, but I also feel like those, like, friendships you had in high school, you needed.
Oh, for sure.
Because
teaches
it
you
kind of
stuff.
it teaches you a lot about what a friendship shouldn't be. because I feel like every like true friendship is gonna go through
Ups and downs, just
ups
like a
and
relationship.
downs and you'll have that one moment. I was watching Phase Ruggs podcast the other day, and they were talking about they had that moment where they like completely stopped talking to each other and they didn't know if they were ever going to be friends again. And they eventually worked it out, and they're like, now, bro, we know there's absolutely nothing that we can't get through.
Have you and Aaron ever had a massive argument, like major?
No.
Yeah, we've never argued
Never, not
one
once.
time.
But see, I feel like everybody, I wouldn't say everybody, but
I don't see
everybody,
anything.
I think a lot of people has that one friend that, like,
I don't see a
they
reason
can
me and
just-
him would ever argue.
yeah, like, I don't think everybody,
Unless it's
or everybody
college football.
should have that
Yeah,
one
but
friend.
that's not an
that
argument.
But
they
that's
can-
not even like.
That like that's everybody argues about football. We
Nah, I
argue
mean,
well,
I
we,
get
me
pretty
and Aaron
mad
get
when,
into like
like, you
small
know-
arguments like here and there, like arguing about football or
Food
just
or-
small.
I wouldn't even
things
say
like
it's
that.
arguments
pizza.
though. It's just, but like what I'm
It's more
referring
letting
to
our
is the
egos
game.
get the best of us.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'll be winning like 17-0 in the game. It's just like, no. Touchdown,
But-
Logan.
Aaron's the type of person that I could honestly.
Interception,
with-
Logan.
Aaron's the type
Fumble, Matthew.
Bro, still going on. But
Bro's PTSD.
how are
from
you
every
and
time.
Matthew? Like, do you and Matthew honestly think that y'all could live with each other and see each other every day and never get tired of each other?
Yeah, we just wouldn't see each other every day.
Yeah.
Even if we
That's
lived
how me and
together, we
Aaron
wouldn't
are.
see each other every
Like
day.
me and
We'd
Aaron,
only sleep in the same bed like 3 nights out of the week.
But me and Aaron, I don't think we could ever get tired of
What?
each other.
I mean, I could see me and him easily.
But
easily
you kind
living
of got
together.
to ease into stuff like that, though. Because I heard a lot of people talking, like, they thought they were best friends with these people. And they moved in with each other and, like...
Well, you
just-
don't really know somebody until you live with them.
Just constantly
Facts.
being around them, you, like, the real side of people
Yeah.
come out. Like, I seen this one story. This dude was, like, getting aggravated of people not taking their clothes out of the washer and putting them in the dryer.
I mean, that
Like,
gets...
That would
small
aggravate me.
stuff
That's
like
an
that.
everyday thing, though. That's
Small
something
stuff
that you
like
have
that
to run
just
into.
adds on and it just
every
gets
day.
annoying.
That's just like living with somebody who's filthy. Think about
Oh
somebody
my gosh.
who sits down right here, eats, and they'll
Eats
just
and
leave
just
everything.
leave it.
Or if you had somebody that they don't put stuff up, you know.
Yeah, they just leave a mess. Lauren's gonna be so mad when she watches this, and I'm agreeing
What
with
is
you.
Lauren? Is Lauren like that?
No, Lauren's gonna say I'm like that. But like, I'll
like as a
I
friend,
think-
I'll
in
put
a
my
way-
clothes to dry before work, and then I'm going to work.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to do? Come home on my lunch break?
Yeah.
Like, like there's nothing I can do about that.
I'd say this has been a very successful
And a good
episode number
episode.
3.
The audio worked. Hopefully, Stump wasn't
I've
screaming.
had it right here the whole time.
He's been good, dude. He's been flowing. He's been easy peasy,
Bro.
lemon squeezy.
Made one mistake and he thinks it's the end of the world.
That's all right.
Nah, it's fine.
He likes reassurance.
No, you want reassurance.
He does.
do.
Logan, it'll be okay, buddy.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye bye.